Good morning. Today is Monday, the 11th of October. We just have a few weeks before the election of our lifetime as working middle class Americans. And I'm taking whatever time is necessary off from my businesses to try to talk to people about what's going on and what we can do. And I want to make one thing very, very clear with the people of Northeast Alabama. We had a man stand up, Shadrach McGill, to run against the paid professional politician machine. And he is going to change the end of this state. He's going to be the cog that turns the oppression off of this part of the state. I believe it's a God thing. God let us put His name on our money. He endorsed the Constitution, told them what to say after they asked Him and started praying to Him. This is what I wore to talk a bit. I'm going to wear it some more. If you'll vote for him, you can vote for me. I got my cards. Gave them out. House of Representatives, write-in candidate. If you vote for him, you vote for me. If you don't vote for him, if you vote for the other candidate, I had to take them out of people's hands. I took them away from them when they said they were going to vote for Lowell Barron. I don't want him to take my card and throw it away. This card costs money. But I believe the machine, the wheels are coming off. And they're fighting for the life of the machine. Trial lawyers are pumping the money into it. Head of the school, superintendent, doctor, whatever her name is telling me and you that Lowell Barron gave the school $10,000. That insults me. Insults about 70,000 people that I know of. It's our electric bill. We get up at 5 o'clock. We go to work every day. We pay an electric bill that puts the money, it winds up in TVA's hands, that TVA sends back to the Jackson County delegation. And all that happens is Lowell Barron gets his name and puts it on it. And an educated woman like that superintendent of education, she throws more insult on me that she gets in the newspaper, a newspaper that they won't come and talk to me. They don't want me to get any recognition at all. They're loyalist. We got a loyalist newspaper. We got loyalist television. But it's like friends. When I was passing these cards out the other day, yesterday and Saturday out on Sand Mountain, I'd give somebody one, and then I'd ask them, I say, have you got any friends? They were sort of shocked. Well, I've heard if a man dies and he's got 3 friends, he's something else. Uh-oh, must be a loyalist. My dog's trained to bite loyalists. Get him, Macy. Got to be a loyalist. I live next door to a trial lawyer, so I guess that's maybe what this is. But I can tell you this, the tide is turning. It's turning right now. And we, the middle class working Americans, are fixing to take our country back over. I had people tell me yesterday that they've never in their lives, and don't know of anybody in their family, that's ever voted for anybody that wasn't a Democrat. But they're going to vote for that man right there. They fixed to cross the line, and they're going to vote for that man right there. That's the ultimate. I call those people ham-hock Democrats. There's ham-hock Democrats all over North Alabama. I guess I was a ham-hock Democrat for a while. My daddy was. Everybody still thinks Roosevelt's alive. They think Barry Bryant's still alive. They wish he was. Same thing. Roosevelt did good. My daddy, he thought, man, that was it. My granddaddy, Democrat. Democrat Party's run out from under the working middle class people, and everybody knows that. But the ham-hockers are starting to change. And what a ham-hock Democrat is a Democrat that the granddaddy voted that way, the daddy voted that way, and they're voting that way, and they don't know why. And the ham-hock story is that the little girl on Thanksgiving asked her mother, said, why do you cut the ham-hock off? That's a lot of trouble. You got to get that saw and cut that ham-hock off. She said, well, my mother always did it. Said, she's coming over for Thanksgiving. When she gets here, you can ask her. So grandmother comes in, little girl goes up to her and says, Granny, why'd you cut the ham-hock off? Well, I don't know. My mother always cut the ham-hock off. Well, we're going to call you great-grandmother after we eat, and said, we'll let you get on the phone and you can ask her. So they eat Thanksgiving lunch, and they call great-grandma. Little girl gets on the phone, says, great-granny, mama, why is it that you cut the ham-hock off and go to all that trouble? Well, she said, I had a wood stove, and it wasn't big enough. What about that? There's some ham-hock Democrats that for the first time, are going to realize they've been ham-hockers. And they're going to vote for character and integrity rather than paid professional politicians that have got America in a shape that my daddy and my granddaddy would die. That's why I'm in this race. I tried to put some ads on television, and I got censored. And they weren't bad ads, it was just telling about my website, what you're watching right now. But it got censored. Now, is that not something? There goes a loyalist up there in his boat, trying to make this thing where you can't hear me. But anyway, the Lord's blessed me, and I've got joy in my heart. But I'm stepping up to the plate. And I believe there's going to be more people step up to the plate than the paid professional politicians can ever imagine. I don't know, and I told some people this yesterday, I don't know that what we're seeing, what we've seen happen in Washington, D.C., and Montgomery, Alabama, with people we've sent down there, that we've seen in the last 24 months, is maybe the greatest political thing that's ever happened in my lifetime. Because we've seen how we've been getting raped and prostituted, and this group just seems like it doesn't matter. They just leave the door open. Where some of the previous people have been in office, they'd shut the door and not just let us see how bad we were getting taken advantage of. But this group, they're just arrogant and obnoxious. Lowell Barron's arrogant and obnoxious. John Robinson just sits around on his coattail. You know why nobody ran against John Robinson? Because he's part of the machine. A good, hard-working man that wanted to serve in that office. Why would you spend your money and your time? Lowell's not giving the money to the rescue squad. My money. My money. Not Lowell's money. Lowell's got his name on the girly, big old letters down there on the scoreboard. How many electric bills have I paid? And how do I have? I've got numerous. I've got several businesses and several electric bills, and I pay them every month, and they're way too high. And they take $3.5 million a year to get the machine reelected. We're sick and tired. There's 70,000 of us that are neithers. I'm running as a neither, N-E-I-T-H-E-R. I'm a neither. I'm not an independent. I'm dependent. I'm dependent on that right there. Everything I've done for the last 33 years since I got on my face before Jesus has been good. Oh yeah, I have all kinds of derailments and problems, but all that does is makes me better. I'm mad and I'm bad. And I'll tell you what mad and bad is tomorrow. And I think you'll recognize and you'll be right there with me. We're mad and we're bad. And there's 70,000 of us in this territory up here that are neithers. Now you got a little bit of leadership that stepped up to the plate. Now I stepped up late. But that man right there stepped up for us. And the machine is coming apart. It is absolutely coming apart. And you bunch of school teachers that want to tell us y'all are educated people, that Lowell Barron gave you some money, you insult me. That insults my intelligence. It's us working people that get up every morning at 5 o'clock and have got electric bills that we pay for out the nose. Where did $3.5 million come from? I was behind Lowell Barron 4 years ago at the fair, and he wouldn't even pay $3 of his money to get in the fair. He busted by the women right there and told them, said, I understand. I understand. In his bullish, arrogant attitude, and walked right by those two older ladies that were taking up money. Said, I understand if we've got a booth, we get in free. Wasn't anybody there to take his picture, sit down with him and say, Lord, we appreciate your money so much. Now, he couldn't go get $3 out of his pocket and pay to get in the Veterans Fair. And I watched it. I saw it. I never knew there'd be an occasion for me to tell about that, but I'm telling about it right now, and I saw it. And if he wants to deny it, he needs to come up here and deny it right here with me and let me and him talk about that. He can't deny it. And those two ladies probably remember it. They probably did it every night of the fair. I just went to the fair in DeKalb County. I bet you didn't pay to get in it either. But the newspaper, the Sentinel, put him on the front page. Insult 70,000 of us. Insult us. That's what you need to keep doing. Yeah, we'll keep buying you papers. I wouldn't put your newspaper in the bottom of a parakeet cage. We got to get y'all fixed. So, I saw people came up to me. They said, man, we got to have a change. We got to